Double take, baby, double take. Battery's just about to go. I was just about to do a video of that one I've just had, and now this one. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ben from Parker Baits, and welcome back to another fishing video. And you're probably thinking, Ben, it doesn't look very fishing involved in this particular area where I am. No, because I'm at Parker Baits HQ. I'm here with my brother behind the camera. We've got to quickly knock out some orders. I'm going to touch on one of them in a second. I'll show you what orders we've done. I've got another one over there that needs to be packed. They're going to go out, people are going to receive these tomorrow, and I'm going to enjoy the next 3 nights at Menards Fisheries. Right, so we're currently packing the orders that actually come in last night. I've already done about 8 down there now. I'm going to do one, and then I'm going to touch on one. So why don't I touch on what this gentleman's ordered? This gentleman's name's Tom Wheeler. He's from Salisbury, and he's ordered a 5 kg bundle. Very, very quickly, let me touch on that. 5 kg bundle. If you go over to our Parker Baits store, you've got complete flexibility. You can pick what flavours, sizes you want, even in different flavours if you want to. Up to 5 kilo, offer a 10, a 20 and a 50. With the 5 kg bundle, you get a sauce and a pot of hook baits as well with that. So again, head over to the Parker Baits store. But I'm going to touch on Tom's order. So he started it off. He's bolted these on top of the bundle, but these are a 3 kg of the fruit and nut pellets. It comes in 4, 6 and 8. Obviously when you buy 3 kg you get them in these lovely transparent pots. So he's bolted that on an extra, but the 5 kg bundle consists of fruit and nut sauce, pure liquid food, no bulkers in it, no loads of glycerine. It's a pure liquid food, sinks straight to the bottom. It's like a peanutty, thick, tiger nutty liquid. He's then went for the fruit and nut 15mm pop-ups there. And then with the bait itself, so obviously that's your sauce, that's the hook baits. He's went for some 80mm fruit and nut, a kilo of chops there. Bearing in mind everything comes in kilo bags, guys. So again, you can be a lot more reserved with your baiting approach when you turn up to a lake. So a kilo of chops there. These were cooked yesterday, they're going out today. Neil over there, Tom, if you want to turn the camera around, is actually bagging them there, proofing the pudding. There they are, they get sealed, everything's done in-house, guys. We chop so you don't have to. Some 10mm, and then finishing it off with 2 bags of 14mm OG fruit and nut. OG fruit and nut's devastating this time of year, and if you weren't aware, guys, it consists of 3 different flavourings: coconut, chocolate orange and peanut. Right, moving on to the next order.
Hello everyone, Tom from Parker Baits, and this is our last order of this morning before me and Ben head to Menards to see our friend Paul, which is the fishery owner there. We're going to top up the stock, in the shop, wrap the freezer, and then get fishing. We've got plenty of naturals with us for the winter, so hopefully Ben, when I leave him to it in the evening, a few bangers. But the last order of the day, we've done a few more over there to the side of me. So the last order of this morning, which come in last night. So Rossi, going to Swindon, thank you very much for your order. We've got some OG fish chops, some 18mm OG fish again, some 14mm and some 10mm as well. So you've got a massive selection there of OG fish bait. Thank you very much for your order. You've got an OG fish sauce alongside some pink 15mm pop-ups, which are actually the most popular pop-ups this morning. Interesting.
That really is.
Guys, thank you very much for your orders. These will be with you tomorrow. Let's get to Menards. So it wouldn't be fair, me and Ben mentioned a couple of people without mentioning everyone else that ordered from us last night. So I want to thank a few people on video. So Raymond from Huntington, this is actually going to a tackle shop in Harlow, Kyle from Warrington, Lee from Heathrow, Kev from Totton, only up the road, and Simon from Dartford, Tom from Verwood, Robert from Bristol, Gareth from, that's going to NLO, wherever that sorting office is, and the last one, Tony from Birmingham. Guys, thank you very much, it means the world to us. Obviously this is mine and my brother's full-time job, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, it really would be rude not to touch on my baiting approach when I head to Menards. Now, here's some Blue Peter style, if you like, I've prepped earlier. I've got 3 kilo of bait in there. I've actually added a whole bottle of sauce in and half a bottle of the flat spot in, but it's the fruity flat spot. Smells fantastic, but what I'm trying to mimic there is washed out bait. It really sort of don't take a genius to work out that one. You can see what I'm doing there, guys, ladies, men watching. That is exactly what I'm doing there. I'm just trying to wash them out. So 3 kilo of them. May not use all of them, but I like having that extra bit of bait because I can obviously trickle bits in, but when you've thrown it all in, you can't take it back out again. So I'd rather have too much, and I can slowly put in, and obviously I have fish, then add more in and work off the back of that. I've also got some sauce with me, both sauce, backup sauces, the new flat spot, the fruity flat spot. I've actually got another one in here, I'm not going to lie, and I've also got a magic dust in each and some more backup sauce. You're probably thinking, Ben, that doesn't normally come in a pot like that, but you are going to see this throughout the video, so might as well be honest with you. It's just fruity nut sauce and a litre drum, and then finishing it off with naturals. Now, something dearly close to my heart. I've got about a gallon there of each. I am up there for a few days. I probably won't use all of these, but again, I've got plenty of flexibilities. I've also bringing this bad boy with me, and I've spoken about this on the channel before. Griddle helps with ammonia, helps keeping your maggots clean, but not only that, keeps them alive longer. And also, we're on the note of naturals. Menards actually do offer maggot on site as well, alongside of array of our bait and other stuff in there as well. They've got a tackle shop, and again, I'm sure you'll see that when we turn up later. Finishing it off, I can't lie to you, which done the damage last time, and that rolls me off to the last thing. This is our chops. Now that's our OG fruit and nut chops in there. They come in a array of different sizes. These were cooked yesterday. I put them in a box. All the other stuff is going to be put in fancy bags and be put in the freezers and obviously go out to orders. But this is for my personal stuff. I've brought about 10-15 kilo of that. Again, I'm not going to use it all, guys, but I've got it there at hand. This is what actually done me the bite and caught me the golden nugget last time I was up there. And what I'll do is, guys, I'll put in the description down below that video, and if you haven't seen it, it is a banger. I think it was just under £40. Beautiful, lovely, gnarly, common, beautiful thing. Really long carp, and that there is on our channel, so go check that out in the description down below. So I'm going to shut up because I'm really looking forward to getting down to Menards, baby. Well, we have turned up at Menards, and I'll be damned, it's absolutely weighing it down. It's literally,
you just got a break, haven't we?
Literally got a whole time it's been absolutely fine. I pulls in. I pulled up a little bit before Tom. I pulled in and it just come down. I'm like, run up to Tom's car, trying to get in it. I've got in his car. I'm like, we're just waiting for this to go over. Anyway, cutting to the point. There's one other person on in peg 2, and I thought that is actually where it's been doing lots of bites. But I'm staying positive because there's plenty of fishing here to be had, and we're going to do a lap to begin with. I'm going to do a quick lap and then see where I want to go. I've got the and yeah, basically go from there, and I'll keep you completely in the loop with what I'm doing and the reasons why I've picked that particular peg. But I'm going to go around now and see if there's any obvious, like, bomb. Yeah, they're clearly there, so that's what I'm going to do. Mate, I am not put on at all. This is how excited I get. I sat here with Tom, I grabbed him, I'm like, mate, there it is, there's the ghostie. I've seen the ghostie. It pulled off, so it was sat here, whether it was feeding down there, but it was pulled off away from the spot and then went up over towards the island, Tommy, didn't it? Yeah. Saw it clear, even Tom saw it, he's like, I see it. I'm looking down here in front of me now, there's 2 clear spots, but that is peg 9's water. Yeah, I'm going to move into the peg. I'm going to sit over there in a second and just watch for a little bit. Obviously still watch here for a little bit longer to see if I see any more. Being that it's a ghostie, obviously it's so apparent, so obvious because of the colours within the carp. But yeah, mate, that's exciting. I don't think it was a big one. I wouldn't have said it was massive. No, I wouldn't have said that was but I know a 29 pounder come out by the gentleman. It's a nice fish. Peg 2 the other week, wasn't it? And we've seen pictures of that. It's a lovely fish, and I bet you that was that fish. In fact, I put money on it was that fish. So yeah. Right, so very quickly, trying to keep in the loop every step of the way here, and also trying to keep my voice down. Them 2 white spots that I've mentioned down in front of me, unfortunately, I think it's old bait, probably from the person that was on here previously. So they could have been feeding on that bait down here. I think you just about picked that up on the camera there, actually. Can you? Oh, brilliant, if you can. So yeah, you can see how white and luminous it's almost like a... And there's even a bigger one, just... And there's a bigger one. Actually, I think you might be able to just pick that up there, look. Just off the bush? Yeah, there's a couple of kilo over there, definitely. But was that ghostie feeding on the bait? Come from this direction, didn't it? Come from this direction. It went off that way. I reckon we spooked it, if I'm honest. They ain't silly fishing here at all. So yeah, I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm still going to stand in that peg 9, have a quick look. But I don't think I need too much more. I don't think I need to do a lap now. Now I've seen fish. I mean, there's the ghostly top. He's off the end of the island. See him? Yeah. Just he's coming our way. He's coming our way. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. There's no chance. Right there. Yeah. Is that a bigger one? He's turned. There he is. There. You're not. I don't know if you're seeing this, guys, but I'll try and keep in the loop. So there he is. Mid. He's coming over to our left now. He's coming over to the baited spot. He's going to the baited spot. He's still pulling over to the baited spot. He's about half a rod lengths off the baited spot, but he's not going towards it now. He's gone off the back of it. And now I've lost vision of it completely, but that was exciting. Yeah, no brainer, mate, and he's obviously hanging around here for a reason. And when I start putting some naturals,
fresh naturals on top of that, yeah, if he's in the zone,
you would think it's just going to drop down. And I'm ringing Tommy up later on this evening saying I've got an absolute nosser pig in the net, but yeah, that's a real good sign, mate. Exciting stuff. Speaking to the bailiff guys, it's actually chalk, them spots that I saw over there, but it's weird because it really does look like bait, Tom, doesn't it? It's like, it looks so obvious there, but it's obviously where fish have been grubbing against it. And I've just come back, I've set my bivvy up over there very quickly, and I've seen that ghosty again. But what I want to do is, before I do anything, is the importance of dipping your net. Now, a lot of people turn up to fisheries and think, oh yeah, but I don't want to do it because it's going to get wet, water all over my gear as I push it round. Well, in my eyes, there's no excuses. It stops and prevents any...
Small price to pay, isn't it?
Exactly that, mate, exactly that. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put that in, making sure it's fully submerged. Leave it in that a few seconds, and then I'm also going to do my slings in that. I've already done my mat down there, I've done that, my full mat, and obviously I've got my slings and stuff, extra nets. I'm going to do all of it, just get it all done, so I'm extra safe and 110% fish friendly. See a lot of fish get caught, see a lot of fish, these slings. So yeah, leave them to soak for a little for a minute or so. But plan of action is now is head into the Menards shop. We're going to show you exactly what we're going to do. Now in the Menards shop. Now we're going to give it the Parker Baits touch in here. We've got our section in the corner in. Again, we'll touch on in a second. We've got a wrap here. We're going to wrap the freezer. We've got a new sign there. Doesn't that look cool, Tommy?
Does look good.
And we've also got some of these bad boys as well. We're going to put on so it looks a little bit neater. But very quickly, let's just turn the camera around and just give it. So obviously you've got a quarter section over to your right there. Over to the left you've got a NAS section. He's got a variety, loads of different bed chairs, cradles. He has got absolutely everything here, Paul. So if you do get caught short, you want to come in here and grab yourself a bargain. Not just bait, but obviously loads of other bits and bobs as well. Look at this, mate, look at this. Wrap done. We're getting pretty good at this, Tom, now, aren't we, the whole wrap?
Not bad. I wouldn't wrap a car, that's for sure.
Put the front on, so it's got the generic Parker Bait sort of logo, if you like. And in the background there, you've got things like the bait spray, you've got the flat spot where we're getting it injected in the bag. And on top, we've got our slogan, alongside, again, the Parker Baits. You've got the flat spot on there, some hook baits, some wafters. A nice, again, we've repeated that with it on the back wall there. And also the shelves. Obviously at Menards we have our full array of our stock. We offer our freezer baits, we also offer our flat spot products, our hook baits, and also the magic dust, following it off and finishing it off there with the liquid food. So there it is, the Parker Bait section, and I'm absolutely buzzing, mate. I think it looks fantastic. Right, wow, that is work done in the shop, and I'm back over in my swim now. I haven't got the rods up, but I have got the long-winded job ahead of basically doing all my rods. I've got to put tubing on, I've got to make up 3 new rigs, but I'm happy because I'm fishing. I finished work, that's another bonus. And yeah, I'm honestly absolutely buzzing. I mean, seeing that fish with Tom, seeing it with my brother, that ghosty, you know, it just looks good for tonight. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to touch base with you later. I'm going to do some foodie bits, but for now, guys, it's going to be quite a little bit of a jump in the video because I want to really concentrate on what I'm doing and basically be as effective as humanly possible, because when you're trying in between the camera, it just all goes wrong. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to focus on getting these rods out perfect, and then, like I said, I'll touch base with you later on this evening with some foodie bits. And obviously I'll touch in great more depth of exactly what I'm doing over the duration. I'm here for a couple of nights, so I've got plenty of time to show you exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to shut up now because I'm absolutely gagging to get the rod out. Weighing it down out there, but Ben's still smiling. I'll see you in a bit. Right, wow, this is where I'm at. It's nice because they supply this nice AstroTurf, so it keeps everything a little bit cleaner. I don't want to put my torch on too much, but I'll quickly show you down there. I am, the rods are right off the back. Anyway, turn that off. They're out, I'm happy, and I'm going to obviously get up at first light, but I've gone past eating now, if I'm honest with you. I was going to eat some stuff. I've had a few coffees, mine, they've been nice, but at the moment I'm just going to sit back for another hour or so, and I might fall asleep, but I'm going to sit back, watch the water, listen, and hopefully I can hear something. But for now, I'll have a touch base with you. You may even see me in the morning, but hopefully you see me before with a fish. Come on the carp, come on the Parker baits, baby. Let's have it. Come on the ghosty, please. First fish, ghosty. Come on. Good morning. 8:15, and just had a lovely wake-up call. I've got a fish in the net down there. Give me a right old scrap it did. Nothing massive, but a lovely black, typical Menards dark carp. So I'm buzzing, mate. You know, I don't even know how big it is, but I don't care. I'm happy. That fell to the middle rod. That did, and again I'll touch on everything later. I've been cutting down little whittled down fruit and nut match of the hatch pop-ups as small as I can get them, so they literally sit off the back of it with a couple of maggots on top of them, mate. That's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I'm gonna oh mate, I'm buzzing. Yeah, I'm gonna, first thing I'm gonna do is quickly get that rod straight back up in the spot while the fish is just resting. Give it a couple of minutes to itself to rest, and then yeah, I'll show you. Yes. Look at that for a proper little character. I'm not even going to weigh it, I don't care, I'm just buzzing. I've had one, and when they look like this I don't really care. Proper character, peeing it down with rain. Thanks again to Fruit and Nut, that was the match of the hatch. That was a 15mm, cut right back. But let me quickly show you the other side. The other side's even nicer. And that there, guys, is the other side. Some lovely little sort of 5 scales, 6 scales at the back there, but lovely and dark. The water's gin clear here, so all the fish darken up absolutely lovely. And I mean, look at that. Buzzing. Right, let's get this one back. Thank you very much, Mr. Mirror, Mr. Black Mirror. That slime coming off up there. Look at it, gin clear, mate. Swims off. Back to your home. Thank you, mate. You made my morning. It's peeing it down. Excuse me. But that wind is trickling in this bay. Lovely. Peg 9. I'll try to touch on it later, show you exactly where I've got the rods. But yeah, mate, I'm absolutely buzzing. I know I keep saying it, but I really am. Come on. Right, well, this is my swim. It's carnage everywhere at the moment, so I'm just prepping some chops there. But I've set the rods right back. I've set the bivvy up here, which Paul's happy you're doing that. Mark the bailiff up here, so they've advised that I do that. So yeah, there's the rods. If I get back down to the water, keep nice and quiet. Where the ducks are is where one of my rods is, of course. I had one rod just off there and one rod just off here, which is where I had the fish last night, off here. Little sprinkle of fruit and nut, literally taken out on the pole. Look at him diving down on me over there. That's a nightmare. I'm gonna have to be careful with that today. Be very careful with that today. But yeah, there's a spot. I'm gonna take some more bait out over there, because when I come here last time I had it on the chops. Now I know there's ducks over there at the moment, but the thing is with the chops you can almost get away with putting a bit of that down, because it takes them ages to thing. I might even pull a rod off it and then fish over the top of it tonight. There's plenty of options. It's raining, the camera's getting wet. Loads of chops there, actually, look at this. Lovely, fresh chops, cooked a couple of days ago. Hitting it with the sauce. And I put loads of the sauce in. I've used half a bottle of that, and I brung that with me as well, which is just the sauce again, but just in a different thing. And I've used half of that, so you can gauge how much sauce. And I think I've used half a bottle of the flat spot as well. Half a bottle each of Magic Dust. So yeah, they've had a little bit of bait, to be honest, but stealthy times here. The frontier's doing me strong, if I'm honest. It's lovely in there. It really was last night. Pitch black, dry. Thoroughly enjoyed my night and got some lovely sleep. Lovely and peaceful up here as well. Very nice and peaceful. No noise, no background noise, no motorways, no roads. It's, yeah, it really is nice. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna get some bait out in a second. Come on, the carpies. It's breakfast time. I've got my coffee down there. This is a game changer. not the coffee. This is just instant stuff. I'm a little bit gutted. I ain't got my AeroPress with me, if I'm honest. But yeah, so toast. What I've done is, inside that toast, cheers Ricky for the Ridge Monkey or TF gear, and this stuff, mate. Pineapple jam. It is unbelievable. So what I've been doing is I've been sort of putting a nice bit in the middle of the bread, and then obviously toasting the bread both sides and then munching that, and it's really, really nice, quick, easy, and keeps you going if you like. So that's the plan of action now. I'll let you know how that turns out. Boom, so there it is, it's come out lovely. And if I pull that back, you'll see the pineapple inside just, but yeah, lovely. Pineapple, apple, bready bake, lovely. Oh, and Theo's on the phone to me. Right, wow, I'm back in my bivvy and I'm pretty wet. It's quite hard to obviously get loads of footage when it's absolutely weighing it down like it is out there, and it's quite aggressive now, that rain as well. But what I have been doing, trying to be as proactive as I can. Obviously I'm not really in a position where I can just keep moving around, because obviously you book onto a swim up here and that's it, you're in that swim. But what you can do is keep locked onto that water and keep, you know, just walking up, not too far away from your rods, but just you know, a couple of rod lengths up, just checking and sort of seeing what's going on. And I've been doing that this session, and I keep flicking bait over on the, or going round. I've got the, what I've done is, I didn't tell you, but I put the flat spot, the new fruity flat spot on the maggots. I think that's a game changer in itself. They're almost like, being that it's an oil, almost like sticks to them, makes them all like a bit tacky. And obviously again, being that it's an oil, it's going to obviously give you that flat spot as well. I just think it's another little edge with the maggots, and I've been doing that, and I'll talk in great depth about on the A12 video, which was our previous upload, guys. And if you haven't seen that one, go check it out on the channel. Definitely worth a watch. Have a few fish as well. But going back to what I was saying, I keep going around. Couple little handfuls of the flat spots, got a bit of sauce in there as well, so I've got the weight. As soon as you add sauce to maggots and the chops, you got that little bit of weight behind it, so you can obviously throw them over your marginal spots. And I'm going to do that. It's almost like replicating spomming, but stealthily, if you like. I mean, I can't possibly sit here and smash a spomming, it's just not that kind of water. But if I can go round, keep fluttering it in like I have been, hopefully that will produce a bite. I've seen that ghosty over there again, mate. I see it, I get more excited every time I see it. I start shaking over there. I'm literally standing in this one tree, I just sit down this tree and just watch. Put my coat up like that. I've got my Polaroids on, and that's another thing. Everybody looks at me funny because I've got my Polaroids on, but if you haven't got yourself a set of these bad boys, even in the colder winter, drowsier months, even when the sun's not out, it still takes that glass off the top of the water to a degree. Not all the time, but that's helping me out massively over there with this and trying to find them fish. So that's the update for now. I'm going to step back, literally lock onto the water. I'm not going to touch them rods. I don't want to keep recasting, and hope for the best really, but it is looking good, and there's fish proactive over there, so fingers crossed, baby. Oh, little snack. Yeah, look at that, mate. Lovely clean mug. Put a bit of milk in that, baby. No way, look at that. Michelin star, that. I know it's the same old boring view, but I've just done a little walk round, put out about 2 points over the top, sprinkled them over, and managed to throw some underneath my my middle rod. So I'm not going to redo them 2 rods now, they're going to stay out. I'm happy with them. My right hand rod I'm going to redo before bed, but that is where I'm at now. I had a little break in the weather then, and now it's absolutely smashing it down again, so back to square one. But bait's out, it's doing its job, hopefully the fish move in. It's quite a good sign, so the pressure is dropping, which is great. I've been keeping eyes on things. Same wind, it's been like that the last 2 days. Just got this rain, relentless rain. So here, quite a mild night though, 11, 10, 9, 7 it goes down to. Does it go any lower than that? 6, 7, yeah, so a little 9s. Yeah, so 2 degrees, sorry, a degree, 2/2 degrees cooler than last night. So yeah, rain. It's on off. I've got that right up at the moment. Well, probably should have kept you in the loop a little bit earlier, but the rod is up against the bivvy, and that's not because I've had a fish, it's because I'm getting done by the ducks over there, and there's no harm in resting your swim. Some people don't agree with it. I think it's a great idea, and I think if I remember off the top of my head last time when I had that golden nugget fish from when I was up here last, I put a load of bait out on a spot with the pole and I left it for a good 4, 5, 6, 10 hours, and then I put a rod on it, and that was the rod that went. So there's no harm in resting your rods, and definitely a tip you guys should keep in your armoury. I've got about an hour left of light, and about just before dark I'm going to put that rod straight back out. So yeah, there it is. Oh wow, that is the rod out, and I opted to go right in the middle. I've pulled off the spot where the ducks kept diving down, because it's sort of the meeting point where all where the islands are, sort of where it meets. I thought, you know what, I'm going to put one straight in the middle on its own. Little handful, tiny little sort of pinch, if you like, of whites, and tiny little pinch of reds. And I've put half a bottle of the sauce on, and this is the OG fish one, and I've literally squirted half a bottle on it and drop that on. That liquid food will drop. Some of it will sort of go through the middle layers of the water column, but if anything's coming over through the night, hopefully it smells that drop down and sees them little handful of maggots. And obviously I've got an OG fruit and nut whittled down with them maggots on the top, and that's what I've been having on. So that's exactly what I've done. I've put that out on the money on top of that, and that's what I'm going to do. But I need to set the rod up now because it's on the ground behind me, and yeah, I'll catch up in a bit. Very quickly, I'm just going to run through what I've been doing. So that there is a whittled down fruit and nut. It's a little bit dark because it's been in the mud. It's an old rig. But yeah, so it's a whittled down 15mm fruit and nut trim right back, almost like a little square to a degree. And what I've done is I've flossed on about, I don't know, 12 maggots on the top. They're red ones, these ones. Funnily enough, I can't lie to you, the one I had the run on was on white maggots. Just whites as well. So it sort of sits like that. What I've done is if I pull in here, so yeah, you can see that D on the back's quite bigger than you normally would. When I floss it on, I pull it to the second big, so I use a micro swivel there for like a Ronnie setup, if you like. But I pull it right in, and then what that does is there's still plenty of movement, but because the D's quite big, you've got even more movement. Obviously, I just get a lighter, pull the line through, and then obviously burn it back, and then it will just sit there. Put your thumb on it, and it burrs up lovely. Like I said, I just say again, it does sit sort of something like that. Just sits beautiful. I'm fishing in quite a long lead. These are the hooks I'm using as well. They're chod twisters, size 4, and they nail them every time. Very sharp hooks as well, but you can run that the Nash pinpoint over the top of it, and it sharpens them off absolutely lovely. Running about 12 inches there with a tungsten kicker there to obviously help sink. And what I have been doing is putting a tiny, almost like maybe so big of putty right in the middle. When I'm fishing foam, I know this is going to kick it out, but then it's got that effect that if there's some debris on the bottom, it helps sort of pull that down. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's the hooks, that's the links. It's microbarb raw here, guys, as well. So another rule to remember when you're down here fishing Menards. But yeah, that's what done the do. Just hopefully does the do tonight, and I can catch myself an absolute nosser pig. It'd be lovely to get one of the A-team. It really would. That big ghosty. Obviously Miller's Mate, that's another fish in here, hasn't come out in about 4 years. That's going to be a good 40. It's come out, I think Martin said so over 10 years it come out about 3 times. That's how, and it hasn't been out for 4 years, and the last time it came out was 38 or 39 pound or something. So yeah, if that was to come out, I think everybody wants that one, but that's definitely on the list. And a few backup commons as well, some really nice big commons in here as well. So I'm going to sit back now. I've got that rod out, that right hand rod. Happy where that is. Fishing the same setup, but like I said, I opted to go in the middle of that rod like I mentioned earlier. I'm going to sit back now, enjoy the evening, and watch that darkness roll in. What I think of it as well, guys, I've got to do a shout out, and this is a shout out to Mr. 30 himself. He was up the famous Sandhurst complex last week, turns up and gets in a peg, wasn't really happening, moves in another peg. Within an hour he's had a 30 pounder, an absolute beautiful scaly one. I'll put that up on the screen now. and then he followed it up in the night with another £30 common, typical T style, starting off the year on an absolute banger, and the fruit and nuts supporting him through that as well, and doing it again for him. So fair play T, and a massive shout out to you. Make sure you go over and give T's Instagram a follow. This bloke is another level, so yeah, go and give him a follow, guys, and well done to you, Mr. 30. Time for some foodie bits. Now this is going to be interesting. Got 2 bits of bread there, one up here for now. I've got this bad boy I'm going to have as well, so Rob introduced me to these, only cheap as well, I think they're squid. This is the chili one, you just add water, like spicy noodles. I'm going to attempt to make eggy breads, but I haven't got any fancy tools to do that, so I'm going to have to put the camera down. I'm going to crack an egg on there and then sort of move it around a bit. Then go from there, really. A fork. Right, I'm going to whack it on. God alive, man, what are you doing? Yeah, like that. There. One egg, one bit in. There we are. I'll keep you posted. Really going to plan. One of them bits. Let me flip this around and show you what's going on here. It ain't good, don't we? Oh jeez. Oh come on. God, I've used my blooming foot now to like. Really? Lovely, yeah, great. Ow. Nice. Oh yeah, look at that, mate. I bet you're all wishing you were here. Oh yeah, look at it, lovely. Getting there slowly. That ain't too bad, you know. Oh. There, ketchup. Problem resolved. Look at that. Probably more looking forward to that, aren't I? Quite cold out there. God, it's quite cold out there, it really is, but pitch black, and that's me in for the night. Like I said, I ain't touched the rods. I'm not going to touch the rods till the morning now. I've got to be off tomorrow, probably about 1ish. There's always jumping in this peg from 2 onwards, so I'll leave it at that, and probably an early night for me, but I'm sure, well, hopefully you see me soon. A nice big £40 common. Double take, baby, double take. Battery's just about to go. I was just about to do a video of that one I've just had, and now this one. Hey, so there it is, fish number 2. And what a manic morning. I don't know if I've captured that on video, guys, but obviously I was getting video of this, or just about to hit record. I had obviously the fish in the sling like this, and then the left hand rod absolutely melted off. Absolutely melted off. So what I'd done is I quickly zipped it up, carefully put it back in the water, and landed the other one. And that's a little bit bigger than this one, if you like, that's the way to say it. But yeah, lovely dark one again, proper character. I'll quickly show the other side. OG fruited nut doing it again. That was really chopped down, next to nothing of the 15mm fruited nut. Almost made into like a little tiny square, if you like, and then over the top of that a little Medusa style maggots. But yeah, mate, I'm absolutely buzzing, and what a way to finish this trip. I have got one rod left out, and I'm going to do a few more hours here, and then I'm going to obviously go early part of afternoon. But let me show you the other side. And that there, guys, is the other side. Just as pretty. Thank you very much, Mr. Mirror. Well, there it is. And even if this is the last fish for me this trip, what an absolute banger. The bigger one on the 2, and what an eventful morning. Again, same hook bait, fruited nut again, and with the Medusa maggots on the top. Only thing slightly different I've been doing is I've been doing some whites and some pinks. I think a lot of people probably just go just whites or just reds over the top of theirs, but obviously where I've been doing like, it's almost like a little rainbow effect, if you like, over the top. So something slightly different, my own little tweaks, and it's obviously been doing the this session. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick you around, show you the other side, and then we get this absolute beauty back. Thank you very much, Mr. Mirror. So boom, there it is. There's the other side. Again, just as beautiful. What a place Menards is, guys. You need to get down here. You really do. Happy days. Ready.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
So here it is. Just over 40-hour session here at Menards. This is my 3rd fish of the trip. And it definitely is the fishery that just keeps on giving. And I mean, look at this. Look at this for a fish. It's got a lovely drop scale on the back there, lovely apple slice, OG fruited nut, doing it again with a Medusa on the top. Thank you very much, Menards. Let's get this one back and I'll show you. Yes. Right, wow, what a mad morning. I'm sort of finally sat back now. What I've done is I've flicked one rod out because I don't want too much line pressure over there, and I've put that back on the sort of spot in the middle of the spot where they've come from, if you like, or maybe a little bit more to the left, if I'm being brutally honest with you. I've just been chatting to my good mate Ross, a Parker Baits customer, and yeah, what a gentleman he was. It was really nice to meet him, a local guy, and we're definitely going to get something booked in the year. Also, Martin come round, which is the friendly bailiff on site. That's basically helped me know in this session. Any questions, he's answered them straight up, no BS, he's answered them. So it was nice to have a good chat with Mark this morning. We had a chat for about 30 minutes, something like that. So that was nice. But yeah, one rod on the spot. It is now 10:30. I'm probably going to give it till 12:30. I don't know if I've just said, but I've seen the ghostie over the spot again, and it was when I was talking to Ross and when I was talking to Mark. I'm looking over, I'm like, there it is. Ben doing his funny little noises he makes, and there it was, clear as day over there, done a turn and then went back off. So they're still over there, there is fish still over there, and if I'm honest with you, I'm a little bit gutted I'm not staying another night, but it is what it is, and I'm sure the gentleman coming in here after me will absolutely open it up. It's had a couple of days to establish, it's already doing bites, proactively doing bites, more so this morning than the last sort of couple of days of me being here. So yeah, I think he's good for a few fish in this swim going into the next couple of nights, if he is doing a couple of nights, the gentleman going in after me at 2 o'clock. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. You know, the other thing I did want to quickly mention as well, I know I briefly touched on the rigs yesterday. It wasn't the most in-depth thing, but obviously I'm using Illusion, Fox Illusion in the 19-pound. I'm fishing quite a long boom. That has given me an edge this session, and I think the other thing that's given me an edge as well is making my D quite big, so there's even more movement. Now, I think what it does is, being that I'm fishing a pop-up, it almost, if a fish comes over and wicks up, it's going to pull it up off the deck and it's going to reset itself. And I want that to then reset itself, but then have plenty of movement so it can move around, because I'm actually pulling the micro wing swivel. You've got the swivel, then you've got the big swivel. I'm pushing it right up to the bigger ring, and that's definitely been doing the do for me and making life easier for sure. And I think that's just given me an edge this session. With the fruited nut off the back with the Medusa maggot, it's game over, and that's what's done the bites. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm starting to waffle, and it is, yeah, just gone 10:30. So I need a coffee, mate. Right, wow, I keep going round. Got my coffee now. I keep going round and flicking a few maggots out, a few chops, fruity nut chops. I try and do that every couple of hours. And again, last night I didn't video it. It's a bit of a nightmare, especially when you're half asleep. Keep setting the old camera up. But I get up every couple of hours, go round and just sprinkle a little bit, get right down to the water's edge, and you can almost throw it by hand. And that's what I've been doing, throwing it by hand directly over the spot, just to keep that fresh bait going in. And that's definitely, again, been doing the do this session. So I merely wanted to keep in the loop, because when I went over there a second ago, it must have been a £20 pike, maybe over, pulled off the spot. Dashy great big thing, it looked like a crocodile. Pulled off the spot, clear as day. There it was, long old thing. And yeah, that's where I'm at now, really. Still got that one rod out, enjoying my coffee, keeping my hands warm with the cooker below me. Yeah, couldn't really be much better, if I'm honest. I am going to still stick with that one rod, I think, and stick to my guns there, because I don't want too much line pressure in the water, and that's what I'm going to do. So, wow, the slow pack down has well and truly begun. All my bits and bobs on there. 2 rods already away, mat drying out. 1 net, 1 rod. That's all I need. Give it another 20 minutes and I'm going to call it a day. Come on. Last knockings. Come on. Right then, guys, that's me done. I'm going to reel that rod in a second. And it really has been a great trip here. Things to keep in mind when you're coming down. Obviously this time of year, then maggots have come into their own. And then obviously combining that with the chops. I think another thing that's given me the edge as well is adding that flat spot onto them maggots before I do anything. I've riddled all my maggots so they're as fresh as can be. And then I hit them with the fruity flat spot, and I think that in itself was an edge. I think a lot of people stir away from oil-based baits in this winter periods, but it's something different, something new, and it's definitely tricking them. So definitely worth giving that a try if you're ever up here, for sure. And also something they stock in the shop as well. Another thing that I think as well was an edge, and I know I mentioned this already in that in this video, is having a bigger D, so there's plenty of movement, and also fishing a nice long length of that what do you call it, fox illusion. It literally disappears in the water. It's great stuff. I wish I invented it myself. It really is great stuff, that fox illusion. So fishing long links, big D's, small little hook baits with the maggots whipped on the top, and that is what's done the do. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Hopefully you've liked this video. I really do hope you have. A nice sort of just over, so that would be just over 40 hours it was. 3 fish. And I'm a bit gutted I didn't catch the ghosty, knowing that I've seen it now 5 times. Yes, 5 times, which is absolutely ridiculous. Just before I leave, guys, if you haven't seen our social medias as well, the Parker Bait social medias, go and check them out. And also give the Facebook page a follow for Menards as well. Great fishery, definitely ring up, get yourself booked on, come down here. I would advise you do a couple of days on this particular lake. I think sometimes it might take a day. I mean, especially when I had that golden nugget before. I've only fished here twice before, but it almost took a day for it to establish the bait in them warmer months, because the last time I come up here was in the summer months, and obviously now it's the opposite end of the spectrum in January. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Thanks very much for watching. If you have liked this video, give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace out.